Hey everyone. Okay, so today for the third LT interaction, there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about, and they all kind of connect, which most of this stuff does, so that's great. But as I was going through the readings for these last couple weeks, it really occurred to me that right now my interests really are in family life education. Um, Part of me, my heart goes out to, and I really do have this connection and desire to help people that need therapy or case management. But right now, I know that I'm most excited and comfortable with family life education as being an area that I could be effective in. So in order to do that, in order to be an effective family life educator, I need to, one, know who my participants are, the people that I are in need of my services, and then I need to be able to address those specific needs, obviously. And when I when I first started thinking about this at the very beginning of the semester, I thought, that's kind of easy. It's kind of easy to address what people's needs are, but it can be a little bit trickier than that, and a little bit harder than you might originally think. I remember watching, I think it was last semester I think it was in family stress and coping. I think that was a class. Anyway, we watched Brother Gardner, I think, do a mock um, therapy session with or counseling session with a family, and it was amazing to me how he moved throughout the session, from each individual addressing their needs, discovering their needs in the moment, and being able to address them, to help them come up with some solutions and possibilities. It was so amazing and eye-opening to me, and I'll never forget that video, because it made me realize that even as family life educators, even if we're given some basics, like the case studies we had this week, that we worked with in our groups, we're given quite a bit of information, but we're not given everything. We don't know all the history. We don't know all the background of these people. We don't know what they're exactly feeling, the thoughts and emotions that they've had, the trauma that they've experienced in their life. And so we can come with knowledge and skills available for them, but we're going to have to be able to adapt and tailor that to their specific needs. So it's really important to know your audience as well as you can, and to be able to address those needs in as much detail and get as specific as you can with your learning goals and goals for them and the program as a whole. Which leads to me to the next point: the importance of setting those goals and objectives, and really being able to tie them down to specifics, and getting as specific as you can so that you can be as effective as you can. Something that I learned during this workshop that I'm working on with my partner is that what may seem like a good goal to begin with, when you get into those lesson plans and you really start to think about your audience, it becomes a lot deeper than just that basic goal. And I found that while our goals were specific, I'm not sure if they were specific enough. I think they're good and I'm happy with them, but I found in our lesson plans that we've evolved our lesson plan into this new meaning and purpose, and it wasn't necessarily the original goal we had. We discovered that we feel that there's something more than the learning goal that we originally had planned for that needs to be addressed for our audience. And so anyway, I think that goes into something that was talked about in the reading with ethics, is that along ethics, and talking about that, it's evolving and it's alive and it's growing, and it will grow and evolve based on specific needs and situations, and the research and knowledge that we have about ethics and different cases and needs. So I think the same principle applies to your lesson plan and your planning. You start off thinking a lot of the times that it's going to go one way and it's going to go in this direction, and then the next thing you know, it's going in almost a completely different direction. And it's amazing how that works. And I think that that's a testament of that this is family life education is for the individual, the couple, and the family. It's for that specific need, their specific needs, that specific audience. And I know going into this workshop that I have in my mind what it's going to be. I have my lecture notes written out. You know, we try to be as thorough as possible so that we're as prepared as possible. And I think that's important and really good. And I'm so happy that we've done that. But I just know that going into that lesson plan or those lessons, that it's not going to go exactly how we want, especially because as members of the church, you know, our family life educators that are members of the church, and especially because our workshop is going to be at our ward buildings, with our ward members, the Spirit has the opportunity to prompt us in a direction that's needed, that the Lord knows of a need, and we have the opportunity, if we're prepared and spiritually and mentally for it, that we can address those needs. And it might not be something that we'd planned on for that night. It might be just a small part, and that's something that we end up spending a lot of our lesson plan on. So I think it's important to remember that your lesson plans aren't always going to be what you think they are, but it's important to plan and to plan according to those adjustments. And that also ties back into ethics. I think something that stood out to me big time with the reading on the ethics was the absolute need to set clear boundaries as much as possible and as often as possible, so to protect yourself and those that you're trying to help. I think that a big boundary that I'm going to set with my workshop is that I am a facilitator here, and I have some skills and knowledge and attitudes to share with these people, but I am not the know-all. I'm not the end-all of all this knowledge, and that we can learn from each other. And I want to be able to help them realize the knowledge that is existing, that they already have, and to be able to build upon that. And I want that to be an experience for all of us involved, me as the facilitator, the educator, and the participants. And I think that that's something that's really amazing about family life education, is that not only can we help others learn and grow, but we can learn and grow ourselves. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity, and I'm really grateful for it.